It's incredible what can happen in just 24 hours in the time between my last video and this one. A lot of crazy things have happened within the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Crazy enough to spark some even crazier price predictions for Shib. Whether or not you watched yesterday's video, you just can't afford to miss this one. So make sure to stay glued to your screen. Disclaimer: getting right into the craziness that has been happening. Shiba Inu has seen a dramatic 700% spike in transactions in a very short period. That is from a mere 5,000 transaction count. Shib started recording upwards of 35,000 transactions. This was seemingly out of the blue. So even though it is definitely a welcome development because it kind of means that people are really invested in Shib, it has actually been getting some analysts wondering. Although the cause of the increase in transaction volume is still unknown, some analysts think it might be related to increased interest from retail investors in the Shiba Inu token. And I know that I've talked about this a number of times. This increased interest might have something to do with the launch of Shibarium, same as the increase in whale activity. But whatever caused either of those, the bottom line is that the rudeness of those must have caused the sudden uptake in Shiba Inu transactions. Right now, this uptick in the number of Shiba Inu transactions hasn't resulted in a positive price reaction for Shib. But first off, it hasn't resulted in a price dump. So there's that. Secondly, the increase in Shib transactions was pretty sudden, so it is possible that the token needs a bit of time to catch up with the improvement in things. But that's just me thinking. You can tell us what you think in the comments section below. Moving on from that, Bitcoin is on its third consecutive month of gains, and analysts are starting to think that the bearishness might finally be over. The primary reason they are considering this is because there's precedent between October 2020 and March of 2021. The price of Bitcoin shot up from $10,400 to $61,700. And we all know how 2021 turned out for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. Now in 2023, Bitcoin shot up by up to 21% in March. And as I mentioned earlier, this is the third consecutive month that Bitcoin has seen gains. So while we haven't yet seen those gains in as many months as happened back in 2020 and 2021, analysts have started considering whether this could be the beginning of the bullish run that we have all been waiting for. I think it could be. But I would like to hear what you think in the comments section below. But why are we even talking about Bitcoin and the potential for a bullish run? Well, if you have been watching videos on this channel, you probably already know the answer to this question. But for those who are new here, Shiba Inu and Bitcoin are kind of linked in that Shib, like the rest of the crypto market, typically mimics Bitcoin's movements. So if Bitcoin enters a bullish run, Shib would most probably do the same. I'm not done with all the exciting things that have been happening in the Shiba Inu ecosystem though. So you want to keep watching this video. Plus we'll be getting more about Shiba Inu price and predictions soon in the video. Before that, though, you should know that there are now more than 200,000 wallets on Shiba in beta. If you watched yesterday's video, you'll be able to appreciate how incredible this is. In yesterday's video, we talked about how there were 100,000 wallets on the Shibarium network. What this means is that in just 24 hours, 100,000 more wallets were initiated on the Shibarium network. It's crazy that something like this actually happened. If you ask me, I mean, it took Shibarium a couple of days to hit 100,000, and in just one day it has onboarded the same amount of wallets. It's incredible. But it also calls back to what we discussed earlier. The amount of Shib transactions suddenly spiked, just like the number of Shibarium wallets. And it really makes one wonder what could have triggered it. Speaking of transactions, Shib transactions are not the only thing that has spiked insanely in recent times. But before we get into that, this channel has a daily giveaway of 100,000 Shib for a chance to participate in the giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. #Shiba Inu. Good luck! The number of transactions on the Shibarium platform has also hit a major milestone in recent times. There have now been 1 million transactions on the Shibarium platform. What this means is that in just 21 days, considering that the launch happened on the 11th of March, Shibarium managed 1 million transactions. Imagine what could happen with more days on the clock. According to the Crypto Basic, PuppyNet recorded its highest transaction count on March 28th when it processed 144,485 transactions in one day. It bears mentioning that the Shibarium beta testnet achieved the remarkable feat just 1 week after its debuted. Following the massive growth and adoption of the Shibarium beta testnet, it won't be out of place to expect the upcoming main that's of the Layer 2 network to also grow in popularity. And that's something else. If PuppyNet is bringing in this amount of transactions in just a couple of days, imagine what would happen when the actual Shibarium platform gets launched. I think it would be even bigger than what we are seeing now. But there are definitely some that think that things would be smaller than we expect. How do you think things would swing for Shibarium though? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you thought we were done with the exciting things that Shiba Inu has been up to, you would be wrongly mistaken. Sheep whales have also spiked significantly recently. I mean, in just a couple of hours, sheep burn rates spiked by more than 700%, which is really incredible. But what's even more incredible is the fact that the spike came as a result of just 6 transactions. That is, in just 6 transactions, the Shiba Inu community managed to burn more than 8 million sheep tokens. And when you expand things to the last 7 days, we see a burn amount that is close to 1 billion. Aside from the burns, sheep whales have also been showing even more interest in buying sheep. I kind of alluded to this earlier, but their interest in sheep is definitely one of the reasons there has been a significant spike in Shiba Inu activities. Just recently, the popular Shiba Inu whale Blue Whale 73 purchased close to 100 billion sheep tokens for about $1 million. What's even crazier about this is that the purchase seems to coincide with a massive increase in daily sheep burns for this particular whale. Sheep accounts for the second largest holdings in their wallet, with Ethereum being the first. And this is not the only whale that owns this much sheep and has continued to buy even more. What's more, while there was a massive token dump by these whales immediately after Shibarium was launched, it's obvious that they have decided that Shibarium and Shiba Inu are worth investing in again. If you found this really valuable, please drop a comment and share this video with friends. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, thus helping me to keep increasing the quality of the videos. One last thing before we call it a day here. It looks like the US government is planning to sell 41,500 Bitcoin worth about $1.18 billion. But there's a bit of a twist here. So you might not know this, but the US government happens to be one of the largest holders of Bitcoin. This is not because the US government has been intentionally buying copious amounts of Bitcoin, but because the government has been seizing copious amounts of Bitcoin. As things stand, the US government holds more than 200,000 Bitcoin that is seized from a variety of organizations, and right now the government is considering selling off more than 40,000 of those coins. They plan to sell them in 4 different batches throughout the year. And the scary thing about this is that it might lead to a huge selling pressure. But then again, maybe now that people know that this is the US government selling off Bitcoin and not some random person who has lost faith, the market might be able to avoid a huge sell-off. Or maybe the bulls might be able to rescue the market if something untoward happens. I want to quickly mention this though. If the US government is selling off Bitcoin, could it be that they are getting more accepting? I mean, they could have just decided to lose the tokens that they seized instead of selling them to people. But maybe they have changed their mind about crypto and are deciding to be more friendly. Tell me what you think about this in the comments section below. With that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then please like this video and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please share this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.